So here's my pattern now on fabric. I cut out exactly the same shape. There's no need for extra allowances as I've already added all of them on the pattern. So you can actually mark this straight on the fabric. I had to just use the pattern so that it's clearer for you to see, but marking directly on fabric also works. So next now for the front piece, we're going to work on the slant pocket. I have marked my chalk on the wrong side. So this piece now is going to serve as a pocket piece. It's 14 inches wide on fold and then 14 inches by length as well. I'm also marking the wrong side of that. Kindly ignore the label on the fabric. I will be removing that much later. So for the front piece now, I am going to place one leg of the front piece. That's the wrong side facing up. And then I'm placing the wrong side of the pocket piece on the front trouser. I'm making sure that it's equal so it aligns with the hip side. After that, I fold into two like so, and then I'm just going to iron it down a bit. So now turning to the right side, I'm going to just trim the pocket pieces around the hip side so that they're equal. So right now they're folded into two as you can see. So I'm just following the same shape of the front leg and trimming the pocket piece so that they are both exactly the same on the side. So now back to the wrong side, I'm opening up the pocket again. So the pocket is wrong side facing the wrong side of the trouser piece. Now I went in by 2.5 inches like this, and then I came down by 7 inches, and then on that 7 inches point I made a notch, a very tiny notch of about quarter of an inch, and then I'm going to fold in a slant like so. So after that, I will just use hemming gum to iron so that it holds the pieces down. Just add hemming gum to the two layers there and just iron down. Also, you might want to weave around the edges of your pieces before doing this so that everything is clean on the inside. We're going to go top stitch on that slant part and then close the fold back the pocket. For now, I'm just pinning it on the side seam like so. We'll be closing the down part of the pocket as well. So this is what the back is looking like so far. Next now, we're going to go sew these pocket pieces together. So here's the pocket piece. I'm going to take out the pins for now. And then I will sew this slanted part, just make a tiny top stitch. I didn't add hemming gum to the middle layer, that's why it's coming off. So you should do that. And just make a tiny top stitch like so. Next now I will close the pocket back, that's on the down part. Next I will pin back the pocket on the hip side, that's the hip side of the trouser. I'll pin the pocket piece and the main trouser piece back together for now. You can also pin the upper part or just stitch it down for now. So after that, this is what our pocket piece is looking like. You're going to repeat the same thing for the second leg of the front. Next now we're going to go sew the dart. So just like we marked on the pattern piece, we are going to be doing the same thing. You can just transfer the dart onto the fabric the same exact way, bust span measurement, and then half inch on both sides. The dart length is 4.5 inches long. So we'll just connect both points and go sew. So we're marking the darts on the front piece and also on the back pieces. We're going to go sew the darts and then iron. After that, we are going to join the back pieces together. So place them right sides together, and on the crotch side you go join using half inch. Next now it's time to add the zipper fly. So I have this piece of fabric here folded into two. It's measuring 8 inches down, and then this other part that I curved a bit. So we're going to put the curved one aside and work with the folded one. So this is my one leg of my front piece. The right side is facing up, and then the crotch side is facing my right hand side. I have my zip now. I'm placing the right side of the zip on the right side of the front piece, and then I am putting this flap on top of it. So we're going to go sew the three together. So the zip, the front piece, and this flap that is folded. So if you have a zipper foot, that would be very useful at this point, as you will need to sew very close to the teeth of the zip as possible. Right side of the zip facing the right side of the front piece, and then this folded flap piece on top of it. So we're going to sew all the way down. The trouser leg, the right side is facing up, the cross side is facing the machine side. After that, we'll keep this part aside. This is what it's looking like for now. We're going to keep this aside and then work on the second front leg. So this part that is curved now, if you have a weaving machine, you can go ahead and weave that part. If not, you can fold it in like I'm doing. Just fold it once and sew round that curve. So if you are a complete beginner, this might be a little complicated, so you can just add your zip on your side seam and forget about all this. So now we're going to join it to this other side, right sides together, the crotch side, the second front leg. We're going to join so. This is it. Next now we are going to place the two front pieces together, right sides facing each other. Then we'll make sure that the crotch is aligned like so. I'm going to pin it in place first. I'm placing them right sides together. See that already I have sewn two things on the upper half of this crotch side. So we are going to pin all the way, making sure that it is equal. The two front pieces are equal at all levels until we get to this point where we attach this fly pieces. So I'm going to pin until I get to 1 inch above where I stopped sewing the fly. So pin past that fly part. In the meantime, I am making sure that the two pieces are the same. Even though there's something there already, just make sure that you're pinning them properly and they're aligned. So I'll sew now from 1 inch above that stopping point using half inch all the way down. As you can see where the flap stopped, where the fly piece stopped, I went up a bit and then I'm going to sew and make sure that the front pieces are placed equally. Even though there are fly pieces there, make sure that they are both equal and you're not holding one piece more than you're holding the other. After that, you're going to open it up now and then make sure that the front piece just Make sure that the front piece is smooth, like there's no rumpling anywhere, that what you have made is clean. This is it. So I've placed it like so. Now I'm going to open up again, but this time I will hold only the other part of the fly that is curved, and then the remaining half of the zip that is not sewn, and then I will go stitch it down. So I'm stitching the zip on the second fly piece. I'm not catching any other thing. I hope that this is clear enough. After that, we have one last step for the zipper fly to be complete, which is that curved line you often see in some ready to wear trousers. So next, now we're going to sew that line. I'm just going to arrange the piece together. Just make sure that it is looking the way it should look normally. So I'll just pin this point now, and then on the wrong side, see that we have two fly pieces. So we're going to open this folded one out of the way. So it is only the curved part that we are going to be making that curved line on. So open that other piece out, and then from the on the right side we are going to sew all the way down. So in order to get that perfect curve, I'm just going to use my chalk to like draw a curve on the front piece, so that I just follow that line and sew. So the curve is going to stop below where the opening is, about half inch below the opening. So after sewing this now, we can now go back and tack the two pieces together at the back, and you will see. I'd like to use this opportunity to remind you to please click on the like button. Thank you. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly subscribe to my channel and also turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future tutorials. So now I am going to fold back this piece, and then on this down part I just hold them together and just tack down. Not sewing, just go back and forth, and that is it. So like I said, if this is too complicated for you, you can just add your zip to your side seam. Every other thing remains the same. So this is it. Next, now we are going to join the front and the back pieces together. So this is the front piece, right side, and this is the back. So we're going to place them right sides facing each other. We will go and sew the side seam using half inch, and also the inseam using half inch as well. So since it's a straight leg pant, there is no need to check any measurements. Everything is going to be the same. So just sew the inseam as well using half inch, and then we will be back. After sewing, this is what we have. Our trousers coming together. Next, now is time to cut the band. Make sure that the under part of the trouser is aligning properly. That's the lines. So next, now I'm measuring around the waist, the finished waist measurement, all the way like so, including the fly extension. So I'm dividing that measurement I got into two. So that two is what I'm placing here, and this fabric is on fold. So I'm marking that measurement. What you do is divide the waist measurement you got into two, and then add half inch to it, and then mark that on the fabric. I didn't add half inch here, but I went back to do that. So at this top, I'm coming down by 1.5 inches. I'm going to draw a line like so, 1.5 inches down. And then next I am marking the width of the band. So I want a band of 1.5 inch. So I'm adding extra 1 inch to that to turn the band and then attach it to the trouser. So in all I marked 2.5 inches. So next now I am going to go up by 1.5 inches on the first line, and then on this lower line as well go up by 1.5 inches. Next now we're going to get the midpoint of this measurement here. Just fold your tip into two and mark the midpoint. Do the same on the upper line like so, and then we are going to connect this midpoint to the side. So the open end is where we are coming to. So next now on this upper part, go in by half inch and then connect back to the hem. And I also went back to add half inch, as I didn't add half inch when I was dividing my waist into two. The next now is time to cut. We'll be needing two pieces for this waistband. So after cutting, I'm going to place it on my fabric again and cut the second piece. Next now I added gum stay on one of the pieces. So I'm going to place the two pieces now right sides together. We are going to go sew the side using half inch and also the top. So looking at the curve, you know the part that you are sewing. The part that curves out is the part that you will sew, and then the other part will be joined to the trouser. So after sewing, this is it. I'm turning it to the right side. I notched the corners as you can see, and next we are going to iron this smooth before adding it to attaching it to the waist of the trouser. So after ironing, this is what we have. Next now it's time to attach it to the trouser. So you can just attach from one end to the other end. Because I used a long zipper, I'm just cutting off the excess. We will not be needing that. So you can just start from one end of the trouser, the waist side, and sew all the way out. There's really no need to get the midpoint and start at the center back per se. So the part of my band that doesn't have interfacing, I am pinning it right side to the wrong side of the trouser. I hope that was clear. The right side of the band to the wrong. So I'm pinning my band in the wrong side. So after sewing, this is it. I'm turning it out now. I'm going to go back now, fold in the raw edges, and then top stitch. We will take it back and sew around the outer part of the waist like so. After that, I'll be adding a hook and eye on the waist side. At that point, then for the length, for the hemline, I'm going to measure from the waist now all the way down until I get to my actual length, which is 45 inches. Then whatever I have left, I'm going to use that to fold this trouser. So I had about 2 inches left, so I'm going to fold my trouser now by 2 inches. Use the 2 inches to hem the down part, after which I have my exact trouser length. So whatever you have on your own, just measure from the waist down. I have done that, and this is our finished trouser. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you have any questions, leave them down in the description box below. If you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe and share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, you feel that? Kid, please. You're gonna make my soul into Swiss cheese. Nah. Yo, when the world feels dreary and cold and people trying to shoot holes in your ethereal soul, acting nasty like some bacterial mold. Whatever happens, let it go and